So let me start first with the house rules. Number one, for the 5 days that we are here, please put your cell phone in a silent mode so we will not disturb our neighbors. And if you want to get your call, please step out of the room and have your conversation outside the room. Again, so as not to disturb our neighbors. Okay, secondly, restrooms, you get out of the room and you turn right, and just before the elevators, restrooms for men and women are there. We have overflowing coffee and tea over that station. So in the event that you feel drowsy or sleepy, but I'm sure you will not, so just take your coffee and tea right there on your table. We will have our snacks break or tea break, and we'll have our lunch break. And we'll have it here, of course, in this room. So it's going to be at 10:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and 12:30 for lunch, which will be also served here. So that's going to be our breaks. And one of our staff is going to remind our trainer for a particular break. So everybody gets to have something like 10 minutes break, talk it out with each other, stretch your legs if you want that you can get out of the room. So all the presentation materials of our trainers are actually in the workbook. So you can follow them and you bring them every day, and maybe at night if you still have time to go over some concepts that you didn't really understand today or tomorrow in the next few days, you can go over your workbooks, and until Friday, we already have the presentation material. So I'm sure some of you are already going over it. And maybe you have questions. So when you have questions, write them down so that on the day of the presentation, you can shoot them to the trainers. At the upper side of this room, we have the microphones over your table. So if you have questions, you can please feel free to get the mic, and maybe you can state your name and your company and then your questions. I hope we will follow that procedure. Now for the second half of the room, maybe you can just approach the nearest microphone. Feel free to do that, and then state your name again, your company, and your questions. So we get to know who you are and what's your clarification, your suggestions, your opinions, and questions. I don't want to preempt our trainer for whatever presentations they have, but we will also have a feedback form which we give you probably Thursday afternoon or early Friday morning, so you can also give us your suggestions for improvement for our future programs. We believe in the voice of the customer. And we believe that the only way for us to get going and continue our program with much more improvement, we should be listening to the voice of the customer. And that is coming from all of you. But I urge you to be also very honest about it so we can improve our program. What else? Or any other concerns you have, please feel free to contact or approach our Fiera de Manila staff people, and they will just assist you in whatever ways we can. And we want to make this successful program, and we want to please everybody. It's a function of delighting your customer. And they said that the purpose of business is to create customer. And it is the customer that pays our salaries. So we are guided with that principle. So whatever you have, please feel free to approach our staff.